thanks for joining us from our studios in Israel. I'm Aaron Porras here with ILTV's Morning Briefing. Tensions between Israel and Syria are escalating as the IAF struck more Hezbollah targets along the Syrian-Lebanon border last night. The strikes marked the second air raid in one day and the third since the weekend. According to Syrian media sources, the Israeli Air Force targeted Hezbollah weapons convoys and Syrian military sites, but Israel has yet to confirm these claims. The first attack over the weekend was Friday as Israel hit an arms cache on its way to the Lebanese-based terror group Hezbollah. Earlier yesterday, in the second strike, an Israeli drone allegedly killed Yasser al-Sayed, a member of a Syrian pro-Assad militia. On Friday, Syrian air defenses fired back on the Israeli jets, but the missiles were intercepted by the Israeli Arrow system. Speaking to Israeli radio, Defense Minister Avigdor Lieberman said that, quote, "The next time the Syrians use their air defense system against our planes, we'll destroy them without the slightest hesitation," end quote. In related news, the Syrian ambassador to the United Nations has responded to the Israeli airstrikes over the weekend, calling them terrorist operations. Israeli UN Ambassador Dani Danon is firing back this morning, saying in a statement, quote, "It's the peak of hypocrisy for the ambassador of a regime that massacres its own people to level such accusations at us," end quote. Danon continued in line with Israel's Defense Minister Lieberman's earlier vow to keep weapons away from Hezbollah, that, quote, "Israel will continue to defend its citizens and will act against any attempt to harm them," end quote. In a separate comment, Lieberman said that Israel will continue to stop arms shipments to Hezbollah, and that, quote, "On this, there will be no compromise," end quote. He went on to say that the Syrians must understand that they are held responsible for these arms transfers to Hezbollah, and that if they continue to allow them, then we will do what we have to do. Mohammed Abed Odu Haroub has been sentenced by a military court to 4 life sentences for the murder of United States teen Ezra Shwartz and 2 others. Shwartz was killed along with Yaakov Don, 51, and Shadia Rafa, 24, when Haroub opened fire on them from inside a vehicle at the Etzion Junction in the West Bank in November 2015. Haroub has also been ordered to pay the families of each victim $200,000. Shwartz was in Israel on a gap year program studying at Yeshiva Sharenu in Beit Shemesh. He was killed whilst delivering snacks to Israeli soldiers stationed in the West Bank. Yaakov Don was a longtime teacher and resident of Alon Shvut, and Rafa was a Palestinian resident of Hebron. An Israeli in his mid-20s has been held at the Tashkent International Airport in Uzbekistan for the past 12 days. Police detained the man after finding 13 bullets in his luggage as he was transferring planes to Thailand. The man in question had recently been discharged from the IDF and has not been placed under arrest, though his passport has been confiscated. Israeli embassy personnel have been visiting him throughout his incarceration and have even been providing him with kosher meals courtesy of the local Jewish community. The Israeli tourist is expected to be released shortly and should arrive in Israel later today. Omri Casspi is rumored to be closing a deal with the Minnesota Timberwolves after being sidelined by the New Orleans Pelicans for most of the season. The news comes after Israel's first NBA player has been cleared to return to the court after breaking his thumb in the first game with the Pelicans. The sports website SB Nation reports that Caspi's condition has improved quicker than anticipated and that he should be able to play in the final 3 weeks of the season. ESPN has also reported that Timberwolves coach Tom Thibodeau made a personal recruiting pitch to Omri Casspi over dinner in New Orleans, and that the Israeli star is expected to fly to Minneapolis with the team on Sunday night after their game in New Orleans. The Cholon native joined the Sacramento Kings in 2009 and played there for 2 years before being traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers and then the Houston Rockets, before finally ending up with the Pelicans. That's all for now. I'm Aaron Porras, and see you later with our main daily broadcast from Israel at 2 p.m. Eastern Time.